Well, not the best game by any means. A lot of injuries after the international break. Guys resting up, but we only really got Franco back to play today, and they started out really, really lackluster. The whole team, and most of the game, they were pretty poor. We were pretty poor in possession, but early on, we could not control the ball if we wanted to, and Seattle dominated possession the first half, and even the second half. They had a majority of the ball. We did have our opportunities in the second half a couple times, and we had Hanu had a really, really good opportunity that, for whatever reason, was called offsides, even though it was a back pass from the defender. He wasn't told to come off the pitch. It was another poor refereeing performance from pro referees and the line judge. And I understand if a player is asked to come off the field, they have to be waved back on. But Hanu wasn't asked to leave the field. He was lingering with an injury after a potential penalty, which I don't think it was. But there's always the check, with VAR. So it was a strange sequence of play there. But regardless, team played absolutely awful the first half, and they kind of woke up after the first goal, but the passing was awful. I'd seen high school teams pass better in 1-2 passing than what we could do. We couldn't string together 3 passes most of the time. A lot of time in the first half, we just couldn't do much, and it really showed. We miss Reynoso so much attacking, linking play together with our midfield to attack. Dotson and Franco really together couldn't do much of it, but Finley didn't have his best game. He was a workhorse, but poor in possession. Had a really good chance too. We had a couple great chances, but Stefan Fry was gonna stop most of them, and Hanu had I don't like when he's on the near post. He's shooting near post too much when there's a lot more to shoot at on the far posts a lot of times, and he's missing the net when we got to test either the goalie or put it on target. Was nice to see Montier play after playing for Madagascar in their World Cup qualifiers, but a really, really bad game. And even with some change in subs, we really couldn't get the best opportunity, or not opportunity, but opportunity and chances on net. We had the few shot from Ethan Finley, back pass, and then shot from Hanu. And then Hanu had a really good pass, or a really good shot that was tipped over the net and was not given for a corner, which it was blatantly obvious that it was tipped over. I don't know. The ref had a nightmare today. But that's honestly, we got to start expecting that. It's typical for this group of referees just to be, for lack of better English, pretty poor. Could say some other words, but we'll keep it PG. Anyway, I'm going to get into the player ratings because it really was not the best game. Really wasn't. Tyler Miller came up big early, and I thought was really good. Really, really good. The goal really wasn't his fault. A really good shot from Yao Pedro? Yeah, Yao Paulo. The Seattle midfielder had a really good shot tucked into the bottom corner around the 30th minute. And if any, or 22nd minute, and if anything, it was just them having the ball and passing all around us. We could not get the ball away from our net, and they just had opportunity after opportunity for about a minute and a half. Ball falls to Yao Paulo, and he tucks it in the bottom corner from kind of outside the box. But it was on a nice hard shot on the ground. Very tough to save from Tyler Miller. So I'm going to give him actually a 7.5 today out of 10. I thought he was pretty good, kept us in the game. Montier ran up and down the pitch pretty well, but wasn't his best game. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Boxall, a 5.5 out of 10. DeBassi, a 5.5 out of 10. Chase Gasper, a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, the back line was not very good today. Did not help Tyler very much at all. Had to bail him out several times, and Chase picks up a yellow card and will not play for the Sporting Kansas City game on Wednesday. So there's that. And then the midfield pairing of Ozzy, Alonso, and Will Trapp was all right. The only thing that's tough is with Hassani moving more up, he seems kind of out of position, which he is, but he's really shining right next to Will Trapp earlier in this year. And it stinks that we have to play him more forward out of position when we have injuries to kind of fit in the best 11 that Heath likes to do. But Will Trapp and Ozzy, I thought Ozzy played really well. Probably our best players. And then I'd say both going to give them. I'd say Will was better than Ozzy today, because Ozzy did pick up a needless yellow, but he's always good for one. I'll give Will a 7 and Ozzy Alonso a 6.5 out of 10. Franco Frapane, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. Hassani Dotson a 6 out of 10. Ethan Finley a 5 out of 10. And Adrian Hanu a 7 out of 10. The attack, Hanu was probably the most lively out of everyone with his opportunities. Hassani Dotson scuffed some chances, looked out of position, really didn't do much. Finley was a workhorse, did what he does, but clumsy in some passes, clumsy on the ball sometimes. But he popped up with a really good opportunity, which he should have finished. And yeah, that's probably all I got for the starting 11. And after that, Fernando Adi came on for Adrian Hanu in the 66th minute. Had some really good hold-up play. I like his hold-up play. Almost got his head on a couple balls. Gonna give him a 6.5 out of 10. Corey Hayes, I thought, gave us a little bit of burst of energy. I'm gonna give him 7.5. Or no, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. My bad, sorry. As well as Fernando Adi did well, but as a whole, we just did not play well, and there's this big hump on our back playing in Seattle, which we need to figure it out sooner rather than later. So that's all I got for the loss in Seattle today. But as always, come on, you loons, and thanks for tuning in.